Hi everyone, I'm Marcie Besecker and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin Up, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am from Clovis, California, and I want to show you some fun projects today. We're going to create 3 different projects, kind of along the same lines, a little bit different paper and some different colors. And so let me turn my phone down. And I put on my Facebook page last night about which stamp set you wanted me to use. So it was the Sweet Symmetry, but I think I put in Symmetry, and I think that is the bundle, not the sweet, whatever. So, or the Sending Hugs. So I will be doing the Sending Hugs at a later date, but today the Sweet Symmetry one. So we are going to start with that. If you are on here live, I know I'm just like right on time today, which is not normal for me. But if you could say hi, I can make sure I know my chat is working, and that would be fantastic. So I have a few announcements. Let's start with that really quick. Let me get my little post-it note out here. So I wanted to let you know about the free digital download. It will be on my blog post. And it was on my last blog post. When this video is over, I will post on my blog, and you can get it there. And it's really just a unity through creativity. There's a lot of different multicultural sentiments and illustrations, and that is to represent the different areas around the world that we Stampin' Up have demonstrators at. So it's going to be a really cute, fun set that you can check out, and it is a free download. There's going to be sentiments, but there will also be some other language. So go ahead and make sure you look through and find the English language or the language of your choice. All right, so let's see. What else do we have really quick? Join in the fun. I'm going to talk about this a little bit later at the end, but right now you only have a week left to join. For only $99, you get $155 in product, and it is so worth getting a discount. Again, I want to emphasize, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to do a business. I don't want. It's like having a coupon. You just go and have a discount and go shopping. And if you choose not to make it a business and you aren't able to meet the quota, then you just become a customer again. So you're really not losing anything. You're gaining free product, you're gaining a discount for as long as you can do it, and I would really love to have you on my team. So I hope you'll reach out and ask me any questions, and we will talk about joining a little bit more at the end. But just so you know, you will be able to purchase stuff from the current catalog. You're going to be active through October no matter what, and you'll get your discount through then, and so that means you'll get the holiday catalog and the next celebration where you can earn some free product again. So that's all coming. Hello, Jennifer, Patty, Stephanie, Olivia. Oh, thanks, Steph. Hi, Tashana. So that is one thing I wanted to tell you. So you have the digital and the joining. We have some kits coming up available June 1st. I showed you these in my long opening video of my unboxing. And the kits, I want to touch bases on this just a little bit, because these are going to be kind of, they're here while they're here, and then they're going to be gone. So on the top of my blog, okay, so I have to tell you, I updated my computer program that I use, my video program, and it wiped out all of my pages that I show you. So I had to reload them all, and so now I'm like, where is that page? So here it is. And so at the top there, you're going to see it says available kits. Okay, so right now when you click on available kits, it's the kits that are available now. Some of them are retiring and clearance and that kind of thing. But starting June 1st, you should be able to see all of the available kits that are there. And I'm going to be doing a video on just kits probably next Tuesday. So I want to show you what, again, a little bit about that. But you could go to my unboxing video, the one where you see all the boxes at my door on the picture. And towards the end, I think it's at 2 hours and 15 minutes, because remember that was a long video. And it shows you some of the kits. Anyway, once they're gone, they're gone. They did say some will come back. They will be able to replenish some, but some will not. But they're going to continue adding kits. That's why there's not really a page in the catalog for the kits for you to go look at them, because it's really just a general kits just to let you know they're coming. So I think it's on page 9 if I remember right. So yeah, on page 9 it just kind of shows you a little bit about, okay, so oops, there's Paper Pumpkin over here, and then here's some kits up here. And so and a lot of people, you know, I know you're going to say, or some people are going to say, I dropped my little color guard here. Some people are going to say, oh, I already got that Paper Pumpkin. This is really focused on new people. It's focused on grab a kit and take it with you. If you missed a Paper Pumpkin, whatever, you don't have that one. Also, there's no subscription. So I'll be saying, grab a kit, let's have class on the 23rd, and everybody could just get whatever kit they want and bring it. It's going to have your colors, your instructions, which are the nice new big instructions, which I love. You know, your adhesive, an acrylic block, everything you need. So it's perfect for new people. Hi Carolyn, hi Carol, hi Karen, Susan, Laura, and Barbara. Welcome everybody. Did you buy the batik set? Oh, let me see. I'm going to look that up really quick because I don't know all the names. This thing is just flying everywhere, so I'm going to stick it in the middle. You could never have too many kits. Okay, so I am a new motorhome person. We bought a motorhome. And okay, batik. I don't know the name of it. What is the name of it? The batik set. Laura, I'm going to look and see. But I don't see anything that says batik. So I think I know what you're talking about. Batik. Oh, here it is. Page 114. I've got to learn the names of all these. Oh, I think I know which one it is. I have not bought that one yet. It is on my list because it's very interesting. It looks like it's definitely going to be a Stamparatus kit, but I have a party closing and it is sitting on my list. So I will be getting that. If you'd like to see a video with that, I will definitely do one. Because it looks kind of like the pansies where you could create the flowers, but you could recreate the flowers with the dies too. So, was that the blue one? This is the one she's talking about. The petite, this one here. And it is really pretty. That's what I really like about Stampin' Up. The catalog, well, that would have taken me a little while to find. I have the plastic acetate on my catalog and it just picked up my stamp and acrylic block. Okay. So, yes, I will be doing that and I will be getting that set. So, hi Arlene, hi Terry. So, what else? Okay. So yes, the kits I think are going to be super interesting. Kind of like the Paper Pumpkin, you can change them up, make, you know, alternative projects. But I really like the idea, but I have a lot of new people in some of my classes. So I think it's really a neat idea to just grab it and have a class. You know how sometimes you just want to get together and chat and visit more than, you know, have a teaching class or whatever and everybody's tired. I'm like, just bring it over one night. Let's craft and chat. And I think that's a great idea. Okay, so another thing. Oh, so the notebooks that I had, which do I have one right here? Yeah. So the notebooks I had, the ones that are in the hand penned, I still have a couple left. So if you put in an order of $50 or more using my host code, which, oh look, I don't have my host code up here. Let's see if I could grab it really fast. I don't even know if you guys see this when I do all this craziness right here, but I'm just going to put it on here. with my host code, you are going to receive one of these packages. I only have three left. I have three left. I went ahead and found another one. So I have three left. So if you put in an order with my host code, $50 or more before shipping and tax, of course, and I will send you one of those. Now, if you put in an order over $150, don't use my code. I want you to get the credit. Somebody had asked me exactly what that meant, so let me just verify that really quickly. If you put in an order and you use my host code, then I am the hostess of that party with that code. If you put in a party, which is $150 or more in an order, then you will become the host of that party. So you'll get all the benefits, and you'll see that as you're checking out. You'll get Stampin' rewards, and that's because you reached the $150 or more. So don't put my code in if that's the case, because I want you to get the credit and all that, but you will still receive one of these if I still have any left. So they're while the supplies last. Okay. Oh, thanks, Caroline. I did a video on that, on the folders just the other day. So, okay, so another announcement. Oh, again, the $300 I had mentioned, if you put in an order of $300, it's accumulative for the whole month of May. You're going to go into a drawing for a mini cut and emboss. And I made it a little bit high, I know, but it is going to be a little bit to mail. So I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I'm going to cover all that and send it to you so you don't have to pay anything. But it's for orders 300 or more, and they're accumulative. So if you put in several orders and they're more than 300, you're going to go in the drawing. And I have less than 5 people. I have 4 people right now. So if you decide you want to do that and go in the drawing, because your chances are really good right now, you can go in the drawing for a mini cut and emboss, which is so cute. This little guy right here. Brand new in the box still. Okay, now, what else? Okay, I'm going to show you a couple things in the end. I got notes for. So links. I want to talk really quickly about links, and then we're going to get started. Just know when you come back and you see a repeat video, or you go back on blogs and you see links on there and you click on them if they don't work. Several reasons. Number one, it could be an old video that you're watching and it may no longer work. It could be that this month is a special, but next month it's not a special. The link's not going to probably work. So just keep that in mind. We like to put that there for ease, for when you're watching something and you're like, oh yeah, I'm interested in that, and you click on the link, it's going to take you to our page, but that specific link to that product may not work. So keep that in mind. You can still always go to my blog and click on the shop button. So when you go to marciebeseckerdesigns.com, shop my online store is right at the top right hand side. Right below it is my host code. At the very top right, it says join my team. You can join Paper Pumpkin from there. The kits are going to be available June 1st. There's a button for that. My online classes are there, and all that kind of stuff. So that is kind of a one-stop place that you could just go to the menus at the top and kind of look around there and see what you want. Can you tell I'm getting my bangs cut on Friday? Because, look, I can't even see. Terrible. I look like a hippie. All right, so let's get started. And then I have a couple fun little tips at the end to show you, but I have some really good tips to show you as we go along that this is a really good project to show you. So let's just get started. So here are the cards that we're going to make, and we're going to make all 3, and there's a little bit of difference on all of them here. Let me just update my phone because it's doing weird stuff. Okay, so they're going to be a little bit different. So here's kind of the fancy fold is I cut the top down and I added my Oso Ombre on the back. So it's shorter in the front, and actually, I mean, it's up to you. You could cut this off and, you know, have the green in the back. It's just kind of whatever you want to do. And then of course, the trim that I cut off, I added on the bottom. And my daughter said, well, why don't you just put your printed paper, I had it open and I was showing her, and she said, well, why don't you put the printed paper all the way across? And I said, well, because my main focus is I wanted when they're closed for you to see the pretty ombre paper down the side. And she's like, oh, that makes sense. I was showing her over our FaceTime. So just kind of pick and choose your colors, what goes with what. This one had quite a bit of yellow, so I liked the yellow on there. I wanted to use my ombre paper. So let's just get started. I'm going to just we'll start with this one here. All right, so we're going to use the in symmetry. We are not going to use the punch. We are not going to die cut. The only thing I did die cut, and I did it ahead of time, was our, oh, I put it with my other card that I'm using, is our contour, color and contour dies. These are becoming really one of my staples. So I highly suggest them. Let me show it to you. This set here. It goes with the color and contour stamp set, and it's the Scallop Contour. And I just love these, and if you notice, all of them are just a little bit different. And they're really, really nice, and of course it goes with the flowers with the stamp set too. I love how they add more things in with the stamp set now. So I put the ones that we need on blocks over here to my right, so we'll use that. I also use the Ombre specialty paper. So, and on the other side I have my Shimmer Vellum. Oh, I can't wait to show you guys my project with the Shimmer Vellum, but that will be, oh, sirens outside, probably next week. So I chose these three colors is what I used for our shimmer paper. So I'm going to pull these back out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take on this card base. I did just jade. All the supplies will be listed on my blog and are listed below. And we did our normal A2 size, but this time I did, I think they call this the hot dog fold. So I did the top fold. All right. Ooh, that was a crooked fold. Hold on. What is your guys' weather like? It is so pretty here. I know it's going to be boiling hot super fast, so I'm just glad it's like this. Okay, so while I have this like this, I'm going to bring in my trimmer. Hi, Bonnie. And I'm going to bring this in and take off 1/4 of an inch to here. And remember, on our trimmer, we have a line on our blade here, and I just take it right to the line there. And then I'm going to take it and move it over, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. And go up just to the middle, and that's that on this one. And then at this point, I'm going to cut it straight across. And I had to go up a tiny bit more because I'm going to take that score off of there. So I'm already up to the line on this side. I'm going to come over here and score. So when it's closed, see how this one's nice and flat and straight, and see this one, I don't know if you can tell, this one still has the little bendy part on it, so it's just slightly right there. That's all you need, tiny piece. All right, so there is that. Now we're going to bring in our colors. So these are the three that I chose, these colors, and I've already got a little bit of cutting out of the way here. So this is our paper, and we want this at 3 3/4. But first, before you do that, we're going to make sure that this is by 5 1/4. Okay, so now you know that this is going to go on here with just a little bit showing on both sides. And now this can go on the inside, and we want this at 3 3/4. And just make sure it aligns up there, and it's just a little bit off, which is kind of weird because when you do it 3 3/4, This looks like it's 3 3/4, so let me just make sure. This might not have been at 4, so I'm just going to make sure. Oh, it's a little crooked, that's why. So let's fix that. There we go. It's just slightly under 3 3/4, which is fine. All right. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Heather. Hi, Jana. I don't know what the weather is here. Olivia, do you know what the weather is here? Or Steph? All right, so we have our panel, and you know I'm not going to add that yet. We're going to open this up, and I'm kind of thinking, I kind of wondered what it would look like. Let me see. I didn't do this yet, but I thought this would be kind of cute on the inside. But then once we put our strips right here, it's not going to really cover that up very well. Oh, 56, that's cold. All right, so we have this for the front. I'm going to go ahead and take off a 1/4 inch of these. I might as well do them all at one time. So we're going to do a 1/4 inch on all of the colors. 1/4 inch. Let's see, is that what I did? Oh, no, I did a 1/2 inch. I want to make sure that it goes inside the panel. So if I did just a 1/4 inch, it would probably stop right there. So I want to make sure that it goes in enough to where you don't see the edges. So we did a 1/2, so let's do a 1/2. So we have one card here. See, I still have plenty of extra from one of my little squares that I did. All right, so we have a 1/2. I don't know, normally I don't do 3 cards, but this is kind of how I would do it. I kind of group them up if I can, because it just makes it, everything goes smoother. Make sure your edge is straight. And you're going to have that white paper in there too, so don't worry about that. All right, so there are all my card edges. And now I'm going to grab, and I'm trying to remember what size. I just have to add the sizes. See, it doesn't really matter as long as it's smaller than the back, because you're going to put these edges on there. So we have 3 insides. I have those. All right. 80s to low 90s. That's what it is here. Thanks, Steph and Olivia. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to add on this card our bottom piece. Those little strips for bottom pieces are so nice. You don't even have to really worry about if it's over just a little bit. Arlene, I cut them 4 by 6 because I want to be able to use the little strip on the bottom. So usually an A2 is 4 1/4. So I cut whatever's off at the bottom and add here. Or if I go to 3 3/4 or whatever, then I have a little strip here I can put down the side if I want. Just depends on, you know, what size I'm using, but I really like cutting it to that size. All right, so we can go ahead and add this in. And then when you cut your pieces, just remember you want to cut your length off first, because if you cut your side off first, if you're wanting to shrink your side down, then you're going to have your long DSP here and this piece is going to be too short. So just kind of think about how you're cutting your piece down and what your, you know, what your end result is going to be. All right, we're just going to add this in here. I'm going to pull this over a little bit. All right, there we go. And on this one, we did this color here. And I liked the dark at the bottom. So we're going to start this at the top. And I did this with liquid. Couple reasons. I want to be able to move it around a little bit. correct. It also is a great size for the envelope flap. That is correct. Oh, Bonnie, that's great. I'm glad. Now, if you guys saw the video, you're gonna, let me grab another glue. Story of my life. There's still some in there, but it's being, last time I poked my little thing in there, it ran all over the place, and I don't want that to happen. All right, so if you guys saw that video, somebody did comment that they thought the size was wrong, that it should have been, one of the scoring lines should have been 6 3/4. And the original lady did say 6 3/4, but her instructions were 6 1/2. So I went by what she wrote, not what she said, and that worked out fine for me. And maybe somebody, you know, she liked the 6 3/4 better. So, and that was on the largest piece, when you die cut the largest piece. And I was fine with the 6 1/2. So the directions I had worked fine for me, and I had no problem. Okay, so I'm cutting glue, but that's okay. And it's longer here, but remember, we want that look when you close your card. Hi, Sandy. No worries. We are just doing the first card. And they're all kind of the same, just some different colors. And I'm going to show you some different tips and tricks on them. And we haven't gotten to that part yet. We're just trying to get the inside done. All right, so now that looks good. All right, oops, there we go. Cut straight. All right, so now when you close it, look how cute that looks. All right, so now we're going to bring in our DSP that we cut, which is right here. I'm going to leave that there. Set that aside. And now we're going to bring in our pieces. And I did do the flowers because these are fussy cut. There is a punch with this set, which is the symmetrical stem. So cute. So let me grab a little piece over here like this. So cute. You get these little leaves. We're not going to add these on here today, but look how cute these are for any project. I think the little leaves are great. You can use that for so much. Okay, I think cutting those out with the expressions in ink, the green alcohol color. Ooh, so pretty. All right, so we're going to start with our jade, and I'm going to show you kind of how I did the leaves and the flowers here. So we are going to start out with the large one and get our flower base. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the stem. I didn't start with the stem here, but I liked it on the other one. So let me show you what I did. Just kind of start it, and there's this little scallop right here in the middle is a perfect spot to start. And I did not use the Stamparatus. You definitely could, but I wanted to show you that these stamps are stamping amazing. And for polymer, what I did yesterday, because it was the first time I used it, is I stamped in the ink pad and then I stamped on my paper just to kind of get them inky. All right, and then I'm going to go up just a little bit, but it's super easy to show you. Look at how pretty that is. Right in the middle of the leaves, you're going to see where to stamp with. Okay, now we're going to choose the smaller leaves. So you have the smaller ones, same idea. And we're just going to go up the stem a little bit and stamp right here. Hopefully my head's not in the way. All right. So there's that. Now what I did is I wanted to add some different flowers. I didn't want to just add the stem and then these flowers, because this flower would be down here above the stem. Or I could have moved this down a little bit, but I didn't want that. I could also add a stem to make it longer, which is what I did. And it doesn't have to line up exactly. If you notice, that's where my sentiment's going to go. Because if it were on a Stamparatus, I could probably line it up perfectly, but you know. And it's slightly off, but you can't even, I mean, if I hold it up, you could probably tell. Because there's the darker ink on top of each other, and it's just slightly off, but you really, really can't tell. Because we're gonna decorate it. Now what I'm gonna do is, one of the things I wanted to show you why not to put it on here. A couple reasons. When you're like this holding it, it just seems like the outside of your block is magnifying, right? And it just seems like it's a little harder to get your image, and not so much with the straight line, but with words, and I'll show you that in a minute. But now we're going to put our flower right here, and we're going to bring out, I don't want a straight stem, because how often do you see them just sticking straight out? So we're just going to change it up a little bit, and I'm going to have it where it curves this way a little and curves this way just a little bit. And so we're going to take another stem, we're going to do it low, and we're just going to put it right there. Okay, and then we're going to take one, and it's going to go right over the leaves, which is not a problem. Actually, I'm going to do that one over here first. Okay, and it's not touching, and that's okay, because again, our sentiment's going to go there. And now I want to change this to curve a little more upward like that. So just kind of change your stem however you want it. I'm going to do that one down here low and over to the side. Okay, so that's how I kind of want that. And now I'm going to bring in Bumblebee, because that's the colors. And I have Bumblebee. And I want this flower to just kind of look like it's going to be opening into one of these, just for something a little bit different. And we're just going to put that like this right here. Okay. We don't need that there. And now I just chose, I have 3 flowers here and 2 here, because I wanted 5 of those, and then I have 2 and then 3. So to me, I think that works out. So I'm going to use this cute little flower here, and I'm just going to do 3 flowers, and these are kind of going to be close to the other one, which is fine. And you can just do however you want, because you know the stems are behind. And this one might kind of go under that flower, and that's okay. So you can, especially with polymer, you can kind of move them around a little bit. Alright, so now, oh, I need another stem, because we have our other flower here to the side. So I am going to go back to the green to just shade. And let's do this one. I want it to go this way. I want it to curve up a little. Let me see. This one's going to be here. This one's going to be under it. So like right about there. Okay. So it looks like a lot, but once you add your flowers and your sentiment on there, it's really not as busy as it seems. So let's bring in our large. I just put 3 on here. and then we're going to put 2 on here. Alright, I'm going to turn my fan on just a little bit. Hopefully it's not too loud. Alright, so let's put this here. And it can hang off some, because this is our front panel, right? And then this can overlap. Oops, I don't want this one here. I forgot. So on this last side here, let's put a glue dot, because it's going to layer up on top of this one here. Alright, so there's our flower. Uh-oh, looks like my screen froze. I hope it's not freezing for you guys. I don't know why it's freezing. Alright, I don't know if you guys are freezing or not, but I'm not on my phone, but I am on my screen, which is really weird. Okay, now it unfroze. Weird. Sorry about that. Okay, so here we go. So let's bring in our, I brought a little scrap of paper. Thanks, guys. I don't know why it was my computer, my program here that just froze a little bit. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to show you, if you put your words on this little block right here, to me, it's the perfect block, but to me, I can't see the edges of my little paper. So I like to use the next size up, the B, and just drop your words on there, semi-straight, however you can do it. And I use my memento. I just want to stamp over here, make sure it's inky. I have so many memento pads. I'm like, is this the one I just re-inked, or is this the one that needs re-inking? Okay. All right, and then I'm just going to take this piece of paper and I'm just going to put it at the end here. And look at the words, hey and friend. Don't look at the bottom of the Y, because that'll kind of throw you off a little bit. Look at the HE and the friend and just kind of make sure that they look straight. Okay, so that's going to help with that. And you know what? I'm just going to do all of them right now because I have them right here for all of my cards, because this is kind of how I would do it if I was doing all the cards at one time. Alright. Hopefully my head's not in the way. I'm hoping I can angle my camera the right way to where it's not all in your way. Alright. So there's that. And now, I don't like how that one. Okay, we're going to change it and do it again. It kind of, I think I smushed it in there a little bit too much. Okay, so I can see the end. All right, much better. Okay. All right, so we'll put these aside for our next card. Let's just take this one, and the first thing I'm going to do is cut that. And I cut it long enough to where at least I have somewhat of a little area for a tag on the end. You could use your punches or whatever you use to do this, but I just do this. And then we're going to put dimensionals on it. I like to angle it to where that's right up against there. And we're going to do 3. And now I put the points going to the side just because it takes up a little more real estate there. And same with this one. Just so I have enough space. All right. So let's put that aside. Let's go ahead. I'm not going to put the sentiment on it yet. I need to turn this over and add our dimensionals in the middle. like to put one in the middle so that it kind of raises up if it's a larger size panel. Alright, so we're going to bring this in. Let's go ahead and we'll add our adhesive. I like to do this while it's flat because we have so much popped up on the front. And I do it just a little bit down from the bottom and the top, so kind of go down both ways. There we go. And now we can add this. Add that on there, and then now let's add this. See, that's going to go right over there. And I'm going to bring it right about there. I want it up a little more. See how you have all this here? I kind of want to see the leaves. So I'm going to bring that up just a little bit more. And I'm going to bring it to the left a little bit because I want to put my rhinestones on there. And I also want to do my Wink of Stella. Okay, so this is a new Wink of Stella, so I'm going to show you two things about Wink of Stella. Oh, I know, Heather. This one has a little bit of liquid left in it, not much, so I'm going to show you how to refill that. This one, I'm going to take off. You got to take off that ring and then twist this back on, and that will open up your funnel there where your liquid's at. So you can throw that black ring away, you don't need it. I always like to have a little piece of, okay, so I have this last post-it. I'm just going to use this and squeeze it out a little bit. And I like it to kind of come out and make a puddle, because I like to have a little more control than squeezing this and add our Wink of Stella. So I just went straight down. I added it all on these white lines in the front. Just nothing neat about it, just kind of adding the Wink of Stella. Okay, I'm going to pick up a little more because I don't want to squeeze it, especially with it being new. Okay, I just like to add it. Okay, it's underneath there. I don't do it first, you could. I just basically do what's showing. And then I will go underneath and just add a little bit. It doesn't have to be right on there. It just wants to show that it has Wink of Stella on it. Have you ever done it to where you're doing it and then it just just tons runs out? That's kind of why I like to do it like this. So I'm going to add it just a little bit more. Squeeze it a little. If I'm doing a lot like I am right now. Alright, now I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to draw little lines. Doesn't have to be exact. Okay, and now I'm going to go over the Hey Friend. Just lightly. And you can tell if you think you need to dip your pen again. Okay, so there's our Hey Friend. So that is done. I'm going to move this over. Put this on here, and I'll show you how to refill this at the end. Alright, so there's that, and we're going to let that dry completely before we add our rhinestones on there. But there is the first card. I'm going to set that over there. And now let's do this one. So we have Flamingo. We've already got some of the stuff cut, super simple. Make sure that's straight. Thanks, Karen. All right, same thing. We're going to take this in. Let's just do both of the next two. we're going to take a 1/2 inch off, no, 1/4 inch on the front, and your glitter is going to be at a 1/2 inch. So 1/4 inch. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with this one here for the last card. Same thing, we're going to do 1/4 inch because remember the glimmer is going to be a 1/2, so you want to make sure you see it. Alright, so we'll set that aside. I'll go a little faster on this one, being that you saw the other two, or the other one. Alright, cut that off. Alright, so we have this now. We need our piece of paper. Thanks, Linda. Alright, so we're going to go to 5 1/4, just like I would normally cut it. And we're going to keep this piece. And now we're going to go to, that seems a little crooked on that side, a little less than 3 1/4. Okay, I just want to make sure that this is going to go on top, and it does just fine. Yep. Alright, and then let's just do this one while we're here for the next card. 5 1/4 for our bottom, 3 3/4. Wow, this one, I know when I cut this paper it was a little off. I have a new large trimmer and I'm trying to get used to it. Okay, so we'll put that one over there. So we are here. Let me move my light over a little bit. Alright. Bonjour, Marie. I took French, but I don't know very much of it, so I'll translate your language later. Hi, thank you for your magnificent card, I believe is what that says. Thank you very much. Merci. Alright, so we're going to add this in. I'm not going to pretend I know French because I took 3 years in high school and I can tell you some bad words, and that's pretty much it. Alright. Alright. That's because my friend's teacher was, he was the Spanish teacher, but they also spoke French. He also spoke French. So she taught me bad words. But I know what not to order in a restaurant, and I know what order jambon. That would be ham, and you're safe. Alright, so now we're going to take the blue of our glimmer, and I want the light, and there's barely a little bit of light, you can hardly tell, because I wanted the darker of the blue on this to just really pop right there. Oh, and I was going to use liquid, but I didn't, but that's okay. This is faster. All right. Hello. I cannot believe that May is almost over, you guys. There's a lot coming, and I'm super excited because we're going to have the kits available at the beginning of June, and the holiday catalog's going to be coming soon. Not in June, but it's coming soon. And Celebration's going to be coming, but that's a ways off. So if you're wanting to buy something, don't wait for Celebration because that's still a ways. July, let's see, is it July? Yeah. All right, so now we have our glimmer on there. We have our other paper that we're going to put on here, and you know what? It is a tad off. I want to straighten that up. This side is, oh, maybe not. Let's check it again. I want to make sure it's not. Okay, I'm going to cut this just a tiny bit. There we go. That's how tiny I cut that. All right, so now we're good. All right, so now we are going to take another scallop, and I did one flower this time. So it's all in a matter of what you want to do. And we're going to take our line first, our stem, and I'm going to put that on there straight. And of course it doesn't have to be straight like a line because it's a flower. But I want it kind of straight because that's how we're going to attach our other line to kind of move it up. So same thing, we're going to do blue. We're going to start down here in the middle. I'm just going to do another one now while I'm here. And again, it does not have to be completely straight because it won't be. All right, so we'll set that aside. We're going to use that in a bit. We're going to use the large leaves again. I'm going to go up just a little bit. All right. Oh, I just closed my. Okay, I hope you guys are still here because I hit my mouse, which closed my screen altogether, but it looks like you're still here. All right. Now we need the little leaves, same kind of thing. I'm going to put them right about there, which is kind of where the line's connected. Okay, so we'll move this. And now we're going to take our line. Oh, you know what I forgot on the last one? Darn it. So did you guys see what I missed on this one? I think it's too late now. But I forgot to add the extra leaves. See, I added some extra leaves on there instead of just stems going up. So we will fix this one for sure. So now we're going to take our line. We're going to put our flower towards the top. And I want this now to kind of curve a little that way. I got all excited and I forgot the leaves. Okay, I want that one to go this way. Now I'm just turning it over, okay, because I want this one to come this way. All right, so now we have our two stems, and I think I'm going to do another one. I'm going to have this one come up a little bit this way. All right, so now we have our branches, and now we have these two little leaves. So I'm going to take the smaller one, and I'm just going to add it. Now my head probably will get in the way because I kind of want to make sure my leaf is touching my stem. And I'm going to have this one go up because if it's tucked under the big flower, I don't care. That's fine. And then I think I'll take this one and just come right there. Okay, so it just kind of fills that in a little bit. Well, I totally forgot it on the first one, but it looks fine. All right, so I'm just going to wipe these off a little bit. Okay, so we can always add more. In fact, I think I'm going to add one right here, just to kind of, there, just to kind of add a little leaf. And you could do masking if you wanted to, and you could, you know, add more, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's just do that. And then let's get our honeybee. So again, what I did is, because I made the large flower the flamingo color, and I just kind of went off of the DSP. Look how pretty the other side is. You could put this on the back and then put this on here too. And you still have your colors that are matching. So you can just change this up however you'd like. I am really a big fan of this DSP, and this is what sold me on this kit, because I was not going to get this suite because I was like, okay, I have a lot of flowers, but again, these flowers are completely different than like the hand painted and expressions in ink, and just the other flowers are a lot different. But I really liked the little DSP because it's so busy. You could put large images on top but still see all the pretty DSP, because sometimes DSP is really covers a lot of it's a much bigger image and you can't see it if you put something on top, unless you're just layering a sentiment or something. And I kind of like having a busier DSP in the background so that you can see it. All right, so we are going to add some flower images here, and I am good with going off of the scallop on the outside. So I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think I'm going to do 5, and I'm just going to do 6 kind of down here. Oops, that's an even number. What am I thinking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. We have 7. Now, when you're adding all these flowers, you have to kind of keep in mind on how many sequins you have, if you want to put sequins on them. So just kind of keep that in mind, because that's a lot of sequins, but that's okay. I love these sequins, and I didn't put sequins on the other one yet because I will once it dries a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this on here. And these are super easy to fussy cut, so don't even worry about the fussy cutting out. All right, so we're going to bring my little paper back in. Oh, let's do this first. Let's go ahead and adhere this. So who doesn't have this set? Like I said, it was not at the top of my list, but I really liked the paper. And then of course I thought, well, if I have the paper, I've got to get the whole set, because it's just too cute not to have it, and just make simple, fun cards. All right, so this is card number 2 of 3. And I'll show you the paper inside, the DSP paper. I think there was only one of the flower ones that I didn't use. All right, we're going to put this here. We're going to take our Hey Friend. If I had a choice on the tree bundles, and somebody asked me, because somebody did ask me which one I would get, the Beauty of Earth, I think it is absolutely gorgeous, and I'll be playing with that soon. I love how they stamp. I love how it is the distinctive of it. Just, gosh, does so much. I mean, all you have to do is stamp one time and gorgeous. All right, so we're not going to add that yet. Let's add our Wink of Stella on here first. So I'm going to just start with how it comes out and do our leaves. Okay, I'm going to squeeze it off on my little paper here. Okay, and you can tell that this didn't add that much. Okay, and okay, we're going to do our flowers. I think just adding the Wink of Stella just really adds a lot. But I want to show you when you get down, you probably know, but when you get down to the end of your Wink of Stella, what you should do to save it. I think my husband turned on my vacuum. It's supposed to not be running during my videos, and I can hear it, so I apologize. I turned it off not to run on Tuesdays, and yet I can hear it. Alright, so like I said, it doesn't have to be super neat. I'm just kind of going over the white lines just to kind of add a little bit of Wink of Stella. Oh yeah, Karen, I like the DSP better, but I really like, now see, this one doesn't really have a weird spot like this one did, because this one had the weird stems, but I also didn't have leaves put on there. And so now I think I'm going to put this one over here a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it right here. Alright, so now we're going to do our Hey Friend. But that's what happens. You see a set and you're like, I don't know. But I bought so much at the beginning, I was like, okay, I got to save stuff for later, right? And so this was one of the ones, and then when I started seeing people using it, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this now because I have all of this on here. This is for our next card. And this is how I kind of like to do, I mean, if I were to do a bunch of cards at one time, I would cut all my cardstock out. I would cut all of my sentiments out. I would cut all of the flowers out, and then I would assemble them. So I would have like a whole stack of, you know, the scalloped images, and I would have a whole stack of the flowers stamped and then cut, and I would kind of go from there. All right, so our last one, let's get this one done, and then that way I can show you some tips and tricks at the end. So I'm going to move my Wink of Stella out of the way. And so I'm going to cut this. I already cut this off at 1/4. And the measurements will be on my blog. Oh, you know what I did want to not forget to show you guys that I didn't put on my list is Stampin Storage. I am an affiliate for them. They just came out with this holder, and it's for the mini ink pads. And they also have a drawer one, and they also have these can stack 2 inside the box, and you can buy the box and 10 trays, or you can buy just the trays. I think you can buy 5 at a time, something like that. But I think that is super clever for your little mini ink pads. And on the side, which I didn't put that picture, you can kind of see in the stand, there's like these little waves. It kind of goes, you know, like this on the side, so you can grab the blocks out. And okay, Heather. And you can grab the blocks out, and it's, you know, easy access for your images there. So I thought that was super clever. That's if you have the space. Now it can go inside your IKEA, and it can also go like on your wall. All right, let me cut. Let me do this for our inside. Now the card we're doing now is this one, and one of these I cut shorter, and I think it was this one. Because this was 3 3/4, I cut this one at 5, thinking oh, I'm doing them at 5, and I honestly think I should have done the other ones like this because I kind of like the orange, you know, showing a little bit more, whereas this one, you see how it's mostly all DSP. So I'm kind of thinking cut it at 3 3/4 by 5 so you can show a little more of your images there on the bottom because I kind of like that look. All right, so let's put our, oops, this kind of looks like the way I have it cut, even though the cardstock can go either way. You see how this one's cut? I'm going to go ahead and put it this way so that these flowers are pointing upward. And look at, that's the other side. So I'm going to do this one upward this way, even though it's kind of a non-directional kind of piece. And this is a little longer on the side. It doesn't really matter. We're going to be adding our Shimmer Ombre paper there. Which I love. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to tell you too is on your metallic rose and gold paper, they're in the manufacturing, I guess there's a little scratch on some of the pieces of paper. But I have used so much of that paper and I don't see a problem with it. I use it as an accent anyway. I think I'm going to do it this way, but I'm going to go, yeah, that way. I'm going to still use this because it actually was pretty fast, so I'm not going to worry about it. Because of the gold and stuff, I use it more of an accent. I'm not going to use a whole sheet, and you really can't see that little scratch. And it's kind of like a blade sat on it when it was still wet or something, you know, like when the glimmer was still wet. And it's not really a scratch, it just looks like a line, but you can barely see it. So I don't have a problem with it, but Stampin Up will obviously fix it for you. But for me, I'm using it as an accent. There's no way I'm going to use a full sheet or a huge piece of that beautiful paper to where that bothers me. So I don't think it's an issue. Somebody did ask me about it, so I wanted to make sure I addressed that. All right, so again, here we are. I'm gonna have to clean those scissors because I've got glue and sticky on. All right, so here is our piece again. Let's put that on there. Oh, look at, I did this one even a little shorter. I don't know why. Oh, I did it 3 1/2, but you know what? I'm good with it. We'll see a little bit more orange. See, they're all different. There's no mistakes. It's just different. Yeah, it's funny, Terry, I'm kind of like, ooh, which one do I like best? Because I really like all of, I mean, the color combos, I would have never thought of some of these. And I'm like, which one do I like best? Okay, I'm going to pull this up a little bit. I just barely put it down. I didn't push it on there yet. And move it over. There we go. All right, I started this one and then I said, oh, wait, what am I doing? I got to stop. And then here's our flower. And our card that I'm copying is where? Oh, you know what? I think I'm changing the colors up because I already had this one done. So we're going to make this one yellow. Yay! Changing it up. Thanks, Karen. All right, so we're going to go back to blue. And again, like I said, these are stamping so nicely that for a solid image, you really don't need your Stamparatus. I'm going to go about here. I need my blue line straight again. If you guys would share and like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. All right, now let's curve this. going to go this way. Okay, it didn't curve enough for me because I think when I wiped the block off, it got wet. So I'm going to pull it off. I'm just going to turn it over. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now, I'm going to, oh, you see it's moving? It's like a little snail. Let's see, which one am I doing? I'm getting confused. Let me move this. All right, so this one actually went this way. And I put a flower over here. And then I put a couple over here. All right, so now we're going to put our leaves. All right, so when you look at your leaves, one kind of goes this way and one kind of goes this way. So just kind of think about how you want your leaves to go. I'm just going to fill this in a little bit, I think. Why not? We're going to be putting the sentiment over it. We're going to put the flowers on there. And it's going to be filled with leaves. Because I have a green thumb. Huh? Not even. I kill everything. I go to my daughter's. She's got the most beautiful flowers and plants and everything. And my husband built her a greenhouse and it's so pretty. And yet I think, oh, I'm going to go home and I'm going to plant some flowers. Not such a good idea because they die. I have a plant now that's barely hanging on from the last time I was there. All right, so we are going to go back to these cheerful flowers. I just really like these flowers, but we're going to make them orange this time. How pretty. And I just have the stem kind of coming out between two of the petals. And we're just going to do the three like that. It's full of leaves. This one's going to come on like this, which is fine. We're going to put our sentiment on there. Alright, so let's put our, I gotta wipe my fingers. I feel like I have ink all over and I don't want to smudge it everywhere. Alright. So if there is anybody that's been considering joining, I would love to have you or answer any questions. No pressure. Just let me know if you are interested, and you can contact me at marciebeseckerdesigns.com. You can just go to my blog and put contact me, and you don't have to write this down. It's just my name and my blog. And contact me and I'll get an email. Just let me know and I can help you answer any questions. It really is no commitment if you don't want it to be. Okay. So we are going to add this. See, it's really not that difficult to do these, and you can do a lot of the same card, and then you can just change up the colors, change up the patterns. You can add different flowers. There's some different, I mean, this is the stamp set here. So you have this flower we could add. There's a heart. I mean, I guess you could put that inside of, I'm not sure why there's a heart. I would put it next to the sentiment, but I guess you could put it inside leaves like it's a flower, like a bud or something. But at first, like I said, I like the font. I like Hey Friend. I think that's really cute. And I love the thing so much. I like the font. I like how bold it is. But then I was like, oh, okay. But now, see, now that's not exactly perfect. We're going to just add that Hey Friend right there. And I didn't do the Wink Stella yet, and I know. Let me find the one that's full. And my little paper again. Oh, you know what? Let's do that last. Let's put our dimensionals on here first. I kind of like to do the Wink Stella last, just in case I turn it over like this and get it all over my hand or all over wherever I'm working. All right. I'm glad you guys like them. Now, on my Facebook page, Marcie Beseckerdesigns, that's my business page. I did ask last night what everybody wanted to see, and I did ask it late. I'm in California, and I didn't, so I changed the time and added a little longer time on it. But I did ask if you wanted to see this set or the Sending Hugs. So Sending Hugs will be coming. I will be showing you that one. And this is the one that won. Everybody wanted to see this one. Ooh, this Wink Stella really shows pretty with the yellow. We are not done. We still have some fun stuff to add. All right. You know me, I just like, when I did this, I was like, ooh, I really like the card. I'm like, okay, it needs something. So, of course, Wink Stella was my go-to. And, of course, my other item that I'm going to be adding. It just adds a lot. It just really makes it pop, which I like. Now, see, I know I put the sentiment on, but this slides right underneath. And the kind of Wink Stella I'm putting on here is, you know, nothing super neat or, you know, really coloring anything in. And you see, I like to do it this way versus squeezing it, because sometimes you end up with a big puddle. Oh, I'm glad, Sandy. All right, so there is that. And I think you could really do anything with any set. Like, see this, my Wink Stella was running out on this one. Can you see the difference? How one's super shiny and the one's not as shiny? So let me show you a secret. But I'm going to move this one out of the way. And I'm going to bring in the ones we did today, so we can finish them. All right, so now I used a lot of my pink jewels on my previous project. Now I'm going to be using, these are new packages, but my other ones have no pink. Oh, you grew up in Merced. My husband's family's all from Merced. And I go to Washington a lot. My son lives in Puyallup. So, yay. Okay, oops, not pink. I want yellow. Okay, so what I did is I used large ones because I use little ones so much that I thought the large ones on here around, I might run out of yellow. I might have to grab another package. But then the little ones I used on the flowers. So I just put them in the middle. And if I had orange, I would probably put orange in the middle of the yellow. And yes, I could color them, but I really like the way these sparkle. The flowers aren't the main thing, so I don't mind that, you know, the yellow kind of blends in with the flowers. I'm okay with that. I could put green, but I could have put green on this one. Because there is green on there, although it doesn't match the same green. So I don't know that I would want to do that. But you could really change it up. You could use a completely different DSP and change up your colors. But I'm really falling in love with this bundle, and I really didn't think I was. I was like you guys. I was like, oh yeah, it's okay, but Cheryl, Florida. I think I mentioned this before for my Florida people. I've been to Florida once, we were going on a cruise, and so we had to fly into Florida. And so we got there and we were walking up the stairs. We had to go to our rental. Okay, I need smaller ones again, so let me see. I know that I'm the culprit that's holding all of these. I know. They're on back order now. Thanks, Terry. I'm going to show a really helpful tip on your Wink of Stella, so come back and see it when you can. All right, so yeah, we went to Florida. We went upstairs to walk out to get our rental car because we came in the night before, of course. And we walked into the garage. The doors slid open and we walked out, and oh my goodness, the humidity about killed me. We have dry air here. It's dry in California. So that humidity, whew, but I had the softest skin. It was great. Okay, so my little yellow ones are pretty much all gone out of these packages, but that's okay. I'm going to have to move on to a different color. I used a lot of my pinks in my last packages. But these jewels, when they're back in order, when they're back in stock, get them. They're so beautiful. Yeah, it's kind of a different artsy, and I was trying to think, symmetry, I mean, yeah, it's symmetry too, but I just really like it. Okay, which one's your favorite color combination? That's what I want to know, because I really like all of them. And every time I think I like one, then I see the other one. I'm like, I like that one a lot too. So tell me which one your favorite is. Ooh, humidity. No, thank you. Thanks, Kathy. Barbara, you may know my my husband's family. They're a big family that lived there, and they have lots of 6 siblings. There were 6 of them. Okay, so there we go. So this one's a little busier, has a little more flowers to it, and I could have probably added another leaf or something. I don't know. This kind of looks like it's just sticking up. I like the fullness of this one. This one I forgot the leaves all together, and I'm afraid if I try to put a, oh, look at that. If I try to put a leaf, I mean, I probably, okay, you know what? Should we try it? I'm a little afraid. Oh, Debbie, okay. The middle one, I'm drawn to the green. That's funny, the middle one. So for me, it's a toss-up between these two that are my favorite. Number one, I love flamingo. So I really like this one, and this would be my normal that I would go to. But this one I really like, but I honestly think it's because I used more of the ombre paper here. And this is ombre, but you can't see it quite as much. And this one I didn't use the ombre, I just used the darker sparkle. But I just really kind of like the ombre in this one. But it's weird because I like them all for different reasons. This one has more leaves. I don't know. I like them all. So let me show you what I was going to show you. I'm going to move those out of the way. All the measurements, everything will be on my blog, so just give me a little bit of time. I just have to add the measurements in there. Everything else is ready to go. But what I want to show you is, okay, so this Wink of Stella, if you hold them up to the light, you can tell that this one is fairly full. This is the one I just opened. This one is, you can see that it's got some liquid in it, but you can see all the gold, all the specks along the sides. So what we're going to do is we're going to move our cards here really quick. And I bought some of these for a class one time, a long time ago, when I did alcohol inks. And I just cut a hole in the middle, which I think I need a bigger hole. And I actually took my tweezers. And I'm going to grab one of these. And these are like eyedroppers. I don't know what they're called. They call them. Yeah, eyedroppers. Airbrush Depot. I got them on Amazon. and it's 100 of them. And I don't remember how much it was because it's been a long time ago, and my video is frozen again. I upgraded this yesterday, and so I don't know why it's freezing and then it unfreezes. So hopefully it's going to work again. Okay, I'm trying to, okay, so it's changing screens on me, but it's still frozen, but I think we're okay. So then what I do is I take some alcohol. You're going to open your piece here, and you want to take this black off. So I just use a pokey tool or whatever you can. It's not that difficult, but you want to make sure you're holding it upright. And a pokey tool may not be the right thing because it is, you're going to poke yourself. So let me find something else here really quick. I'm going to try my little spatula if I can find it. Here we go. So I have like a little metal spatula that you can go right in and pull it up. Just be careful. There we go. Okay, so just, it pulls up, it doesn't twist or turn or anything. But see all that sparkle that's still in there? There's still a lot of sparkle, and there's still a lot of sparkle inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and lay that down. I'm going to open up my alcohol. Now this has a pop lid, and this is just the 91% one. And you could actually use water if you wanted. So I'm just taking, it's not even a half a dropper. Just a little bit. It doesn't, I mean, you don't need that much. Let me take a look. So it is about a half a dropper because I did take a little bit more. You're going to put this back in, and you just want to use the rest of your sparkle. Put that back on. I put the lid back on right away. I don't want to dump it. And then shake it up. And now I don't see all my sparkle attached to the side because I've got some liquid in there that's going to continue letting me use it. So as long as you hold it up to the light and you still see your clumps of sparkle in there, keep adding water or add alcohol or something so that you can use it all up. So don't throw this away until you don't see any more in there. And I know it's really hard to show you because the light's behind you, but now I don't see clumps of sparkle in there that's not moving because I've got liquid in there that's going to make it move. So I hope you guys liked the cards. I just sat you in sparkle. It's super fun, super easy. It is a stamp set that I was kind of thinking of not getting, and ended up really liking it. Thanks, Kathy. Thanks, Arlene. All right, so that was my tip for the day. And let me take a look at my other little announcements. I did a lot of announcements at the beginning about the free digital downloads. Don't forget that. It will be on my blog when I post this video, and this blog post, it'll be in there. You can click on it, and there's a PDF that you can get it for free. Here is my May host code. I'd love for you guys to use that when you shop with me. You can go straight to my blog, marciebeseckerdesigns.com, and the Shop My Online Store, you just click that, it will take you right into the store. But right below that is my host code. So you could just copy that and paste it and take it in with you and do some shopping. If you are interested in joining my team right now, it is only $99. You get $155 in product, and that is a special, and it is through May 31st. So the month is going fast. And on my blog, on the top right side, it says join my team. You can click there and go right in and start the process. But I would love it if you have any questions. Don't hesitate to ask me, and I can help you answer any questions. Thanks, Jana. Thank you, Cheryl, Carolyn, Arlene, Tashana. It's always nice to have you guys join me. I really appreciate it. If you guys could please like, subscribe, and share, I would appreciate that very much. On Sunday, I'm going to be doing a fun project that I'm going to let you know. There is 25 die pieces for each card. 25 die cuts. And I think, yes, 25. Thanks, Caroline. I appreciate that very much. You're welcome, Karen. So I will have the die pieces cut out already because it's a lot and I don't want you to have to sit here while I'm die cutting. So I'll get that all done for you for Sunday's video. And then on Tuesday, I will do the sending hugs. That was the second one that people were asking about. So I'll do that one on Tuesday, and it was super fun. More fun than I thought. It was one of those other ones that I was like, oh, there's not a die cut for it. But I think you'll really like it. So I hopefully you'll catch me on Tuesday also. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your week. I will see you on Sunday with 25 pieces of a die cuts, 25 die cuts for this card. So have a great rest of your week. I will see you on Sunday. Bye.